Hey everyone, thanks for checking in with us this week. Got a great fishing report for you guys. I made it out. It's a nice evening tonight. A buddy of mine was on a hot jig wrap bite and we had a lot of fun out on the water. So there's a lot of great techniques going on right now in the heat of the summer. You can fish deep with jig wraps, trolling with crankbaits, lead core. Everything's going really well right now. So get out there, enjoy this nice weather. Got a nice little cool down this week so it's not as miserable out there. You can get by with fishing all day. So stick with us. Got a few great reports and we'll catch you next week.
Hey guys, Andrew here checking in from the Bemidji, Minnesota area with an updated fishing report for you. Bass fishing is in full swing. Water temperatures are peaking at 80 degrees on some of these sunny days, and we're finding a lot of fish either up shallow in 2 feet of water, a foot of water, or those deeper weed lines. So you really have two populations of fish right now, some shallow, some deep. For those deeper fish off the weed line, we're targeting depths of 12 to 15 feet of water primarily. Throwing crankbaits, those square bills, lipless crankbaits, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, and a variety of plastics. They'll all produce fish. Just kind of play around with your options there. Otherwise, there's that shallow population of fish, which is what we've been devoting most of our time to doing, throwing frogs, xeraspooks, all those topwater baits up in that heavy cover, those lily pads, pencil reeds, under docks. So that's a good starting point for you if you're getting out there bass fishing. Look for some dense cover that those fish can relate to, and you'll be sure to put a few bass in the boat. Hopefully you've been able to get out this summer, enjoying the weather. Stick with us for more reports.
Hey guys, Ryan Whelan, sort of a midsummer Minocqua area fishing report. Been fishing a ton of different species. So going to try and cover it across the board. You know, as far as the weather goes, this summer we've had sort of crazy temps. We've had unseasonably warm, historically high averages across the board, so it's been a very warm summer. Lake temps, you know, water temps are super high. Some lakes I never see really get over 76 have been sitting at 84 surface temps, so it's moved fish around a little bit. You know, as far as panfish goes, that bite's been really hot. The crappie bite's been phenomenal. It's probably the easiest fish to catch for me recently. We were just out the other day, 92 degrees, flat calm, and they were snapping. So, you know, that's been a morning to night bite. They haven't really turned off as far as where I'm finding them. You know, deep brush piles, deep rock humps, you know, in that 12 to 18 foot range. You know, those are where the active fish seem to be balling up and they'll eat. We aren't even using live bait, all 13 jigs and plastics. So definitely get out, take advantage of that. Bluegills, sort of the same deal. They've been really hot as well, really all day. They're kind of actually hitting like poppers and stuff like that on the surface if you can get out, you know, right away in the morning, right at night. But midday, they're kind of sitting in those weeds anywhere from 6 to 10 feet where I've been seeing them. If you can get in areas where you have really thick weeds, then you have sort of like a pocket, that's been really hot. You know, you'll see 6, 7 fish sitting there. You know, throwing slip bobbers into those areas has been really good. As far as the bass bite, the smallmouth bite's been iffy. You know, it's been okay. The big fish have been hard to find, and I think that's just a water temp deal. It's a lot hotter than it normally is this time of year. So when you are fishing them, you know, on lakes where I'm normally catching them in, you know, 10 to 15 foot, I'm out in 20 to 30 foot. So, you know, on those humps where you normally catch them, those big boulders just drop a little bit further off. You know, throwing things like a Ned rig, a tube's really good. Really finessey type stuff out deep has been the key. Largemouth bite, that's basically what I've been doing the most of. Has been really consistent, but it's been consistent different. This time of year, midsummer, hard for me to put down a frog, but that bite just hasn't been there. I think even they're getting pushed out by the hot temps. So first thing in the morning, last thing at night, you know, even about an hour, you know, first light, hour, last light, you can catch them on a frog going up shallow, doing things like that, dock fishing. But by and large, I've been catching them consistently across many lakes, 8 to 10 foot, the thickest weeds you can find. You know, find the edges of them where they're kind of sparse and they thick up. You know, mark them on side imaging, you know, hit a waypoint, whatever you need to do. If you can fish the edges of those really thick weed pockets in 8 to 12 foot, it's been really hot. You know, throwing things like swim jigs over the top or Texas rigging, you know, like a speed worm, a trick worm, something like that, and just kind of, you know, hopping it along on those edges has been really good. So, you know, hopefully that helps. Stay tuned. Again, kind of across the board report from Minocqua, Wisconsin. Going to be chiming in with more reports as the season rolls on. Tight lines, guys.
What's up guys, Josh checking in with another video report. As you can see, I'm not really on a trout stream this time, so me and my son Tabor decided to switch gears and we ran down to the Wisconsin River. Big, wide, expansive river, lots of sandbars. Pretty neat place when the water's low. You do kind of got to be careful walking around on these sandbars though. We did wade out to one that was isolated and found a really deep hole off the one side of it and just did some old-fashioned bottom fishing with night crawlers. It was pretty fun. We got, what did we get? Sheephead. This one's for you, Patrick. Gold eyes, catfish, bluegill, smallmouth bass. I think that was about it. Bunch of fish, lots of action. I think we ran out of worms, but we waded out to a sandbar that wasn't too far off of the mainland. You do got to be careful doing that, watching where those drop-offs are. But on this particular sandbar that we're on, the faster current on the one side drops down to about a 6-7 foot hole. And there's a lot of fish in there, so we had a pretty good evening, I think. And everything on night crawlers or big reds, redworms, something you North Dakota boys maybe don't know about. But yeah, that's what I got for you this time. Changing gears and switching it up a little bit. It was 92 today. It's a little too hot for traipsing around in all that tall vegetation along the trout streams, so we'll catch you guys later.
For more information on Fish Addictions TV, check them out on all their social media.